This conference will now be recorded.
Cool. Hey guys, good morning. And what we do discuss today? What is the last class we discussed, guys? Secrets, right? Fine. And I'll show the one end-to-end project, okay, with the secrets and this project needed some time. I mean, like minimum needed a 2.5 or 3 hours of time. For this, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna conduct for next, uh, maybe next Saturday. Even you have a, oh no, actually next Saturday. Because I'll start the Terraform soon for you guys. Okay, like next Monday we'll discuss the Terraform. What is the date for 22nd for this Sunday? Like 29th. 29th is the Kubernetes project. Okay, 29th Kubernetes project I'll discuss, and the fifth is the Terraform project. Don't miss these sessions, guys. Okay, end to end you can understand easily. It's needed 2.5 or 3 hours, maybe 3 hours more for this Terraform project. Minimum would take more than that. These two projects I'm gonna show you. Don't miss the sessions, okay? 29th and 5th. Fine. And what you guys will do, like this Kubernetes, it's a lot of subject, guys, okay? Lot of mean lot of, there is on top of lot of tools are there, okay? Even if you guys have had time, just try to learn this also, guys, okay? Like it will be helpful for you guys, okay? STOs, STO, not STOs, STO. This means service mesh to manage the services. Services means, like for example, let's say you deploy the two applications, okay? Now you want to move for the, like 40% topic is some resources, 60% response is some resources, okay? You want to divide that, and you can, this service mesh istio is helpful for us, okay? And this is, and there is a few things which I mentioned for previous batch also. Let me share that. Okay, this is rarely we are using, but still, people, if they're gonna ask interview questions, you guys can be able to answer this. Okay, it's even interview also they're gonna ask you rarely, but in case if they are gonna ask you, then write this. It's a persistent volume claim. This can be used for only when we are using, like for Redis. If you want to install the Redis server, or else maybe DB servers. Okay, DB servers also what we do in real time scenario. My real time scenario, we are using a DBCR, like as predefined RDS. Okay, RDS we are using. I hope RDS you guys already know, right? In AWS, which we are using, and that is the one you guys can be read. And this stateful set also, stateful set, we can this same kind of deployment, but it will follow the order actually. It will follow the order. Okay, that you guys can be read. And RBAC, this is for authentication authorization. Headless user also same, like this is authorization, this is authentication kind of. And taint and role traces is like, basically if you want to deploy the applications on a specific node, you don't want to run the on a that specific node, you want to remove all the running parts on the specific node. a taint of that node, okay, and that taint we can use, and the drain the node, okay, like as same drain the node means whatever the applications are running on the node, okay, if the node is running there, but you don't want to run the applications, and here is the drain the node is means there is already something, like for example you have a one cluster master node, and like you want to install some softwares on a specific node, you want to update the Kubernetes version on the specific node, what you do, you need to drain the node first. Okay, then this is for even exam question are important, like how it will be. Do you have a mention or not? This one. We need to carve down the node first, then safely train the node. They safely train the node. You guys can be see this upgradation, downgradation. Okay, like as if they're gonna ask you, like as Kubernetes is running on a 1.19 now, I want to upgrade for 1.21. Then how we can do that? Okay, that scenario you need to train the node first. Just read this concept also. And this is even the Kubernetes also we can teach for minimum 5 months, minimum 4 to 5 months you can teach. That many concepts are there. That many concepts are there. Even like as but even can't cover for every course everything. That's the reason I'm gonna give the points on this. Like, you guys get the time. Maybe some YouTube videos are there. Okay, some documents. Even I give some books, best books I'll give. Just read that and ready that if you are facing this kind of questions. Okay, this is. And the next question is the readiness and liveness probes. Now this is are helpful for, like for example, let's say, what do you mean? You deploy one application, you deploy one application until that conclude that your application is perfectly running. Then only you will be say that application is ready. That is the readiness. And liveness is you, like as until unless this liveness probe will success, then only you can get the response, like as you will receive the request, or else the request only receive this application. It's never be receive the applications until unless it will complete the all readiness and liveness health checks. It is health checks basically, health checks. Okay, and even this is theoretical. Even if you guys give the same answer in the interview point of time, that's more than enough actually. Okay, these sidecars is the like as supporting containers. I told no, like as supporting containers. Now that means, let's say you are running one pod, and before running the pod, you need to run the init containers, let's say, or sidecar containers. Sidecar containers is kind of like as we are using the sidecar containers for vault initialization. Like as you need to sign in, like as you want to, like as Docker login is there, right? Same kind of vault login. Let's say you want to vault sign in and you want to get the vault data. For that, we are using sidecar containers. Init containers, why we are using init containers means what? It's our kind of pod manifest inside your main pod. If you want to show that, let's see. Now this is the spec and containers. Okay, this is the main container. This is the main container. This is the main container, actual container. This is will be run. On top of it, this is the init containers. Now before running this, these containers will be run. These containers will be run. Now this will do some job for that, whatever it may be. Let's say these guys are running for the waiting for the DB, sleep for 2 minutes, and waiting for the service, sleep for 2 minutes. Some command he has run. Okay. Instead of this command, whatever you want, you can run. Understand, right? Means if init and one more question they're going to ask you, if the init containers fail, the main containers will be run or not. Interview question they're going to ask you. If the init container fails, the main containers won't be run. Until unless it's come up, it won't be run. That question you can remember, that interview question they're going to ask you. Okay, that is the one. And the next is that like FOD affinity, node affinity. Okay, this is also very important concept for interview point of time. But these are the concepts we are not used in real time still now. See, this is the we need to assign the parts on specific nodes. This is the we are calling as a node affinity. Okay, like see, the parts node selector, that what are the pod you are running, you should say that array baba go and deploy on this specific node, specific label of that node, then only it will go and it will run on the specific node. That we are calling as a node affinity. That is we are specify using the node selector. They're going to ask it a question like, for example, let's say I want to run the node, I want to run the one application on the specific node. Then what you guys need to do, you need to run on the specific, you need to specify the node selector and node selector type. It has the labels for the specific node. It has the labels on specific node that will be run on the that specific node type. Okay, each node we can specify the labels. That labels we can use here wherever you want to be run. That is the thing here. Node selector. I know it's very difficult to digest for theoretically without practical, but if you take a practical minimum for all these concepts and then some tools and K9S also is kind of command line tool. Okay, then to like as to execute a like a kubectl commands very easily, very fastly. You want to execute kubectl commands. This is very helpful. Okay, and like backup and restore and etcd you want to backup, because whenever you are upgrading, okay, like as any Kubernetes version or anything, or your servers is not running, you want to do something, you want to apply for that somewhere, and you need to take a backup of the etcd database. What is the etcd? It contains like as how many pods want to run, where the pods are want to run. All the information will store in this here. And Kuber healthy is the one kind of the pods are healthy or not to check. Last alert, like some pod will get the some log errors. Okay, that after getting that alerts, then we need to send in some notification or anything. This is a separate two different tools again. Okay, this is a separate tool. This is a separate tool. Okay, and the logging and monitoring is like a separate tools. Okay, like a to set up a Prometheus, Elasticsearch, all those we need to set up, fluentd, all those we need to integrate. And what is the security context now? Is security context the question? Even I forgot. Let's see, you have the like many things. Like what you mean here is like you want to be running any application, you need to specify the which user to run, which user to run. That is like see, permissions to access object like a file are is based on the user id, group id. Okay, like basically whenever create a any like it will create a user id, user group, right? The same thing. Those kind of things we need to be checked, but it's all are optional. But some people gonna in-depth question they're gonna ask you. That time you guys can be specify this. Even we had written for minimum 50 questions nearly for interview questions, this Kubernetes. All questions we'll discuss in the further classes. Okay, clear guys? Clear no? And these guys can you guys can prepare, but if you go for any interview questions or anything, this may gonna ask you. That's the reason you guys can be prepared for this any topic. Fine. And today what we do, I'm gonna discuss it in ingress one to implement. You need a load balancer type, the service type, right? Service type. How many service types we have? We have a cluster IP. Another one is the node port. Another one is the notebook. Guys, understand right what I mean? Even though, sir, even if I didn't say this, because when you sir say that like a sir is not teaching this, you don't think about that because it's a lot of subject in Kubernetes. Guys. Lot of means lot of. Okay, this is to work for anything. This is to work more than enough for whatever teaching, and this also same kind of like this percent volume means like you want to volumes. You guys remember right in Docker volumes is there to the data even the container data will be stored right somewhere. The same concept in persistent volume in Kubernetes. The persistent volume also the same concept there. Okay, and like as to access the pods and then give that kubectl access like a specific group you want access and who are the can able to access Kubernetes dashboard or Kubernetes console or Kubernetes command tool. For them we can give this RBAC authorization, all those things. Understand now what I mean, guys? I never teach for any batch for this content. Okay, I given for the subject to understand and learn for self for these topics. Even that is optional actually. But if you guys in depth you want to know, then go for this. Or else it's enough. Even I'll try to teach for this in the next Monday. Let's see. I'm gonna pick something. This one, and even I'll try to teach these topics. I'm gonna add for if I gonna add any weekend, guys. What are the topics? Okay, then even I'll teach that also. If I teach this, it will go for days like this actually. Even this, not 4 months, 1.5 hour sessions. It may take minimum 8 months, 9 months. Actually, my course is a 6 months course. If a 1 hour session without any weekends. I'll try to cover these ones. Okay, these topics I can cover. Let's see. This is not yet discussed for any batch. Any batch I didn't discuss it. Okay, I'll try to add these topics. Guys, clear right? What I mean? 11th also. Now, what is 11th, man? What is 11th? I didn't understand your question, Narendra.
Yeah, yeah, Madhu, that readiness and the liveness props of pods.
This this one, now. Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
If in case you have a
I'll try
time.
to give this also. Now, if if I go this now, like it will be months, man. Now it's too much late actually. Even I'm
Yeah,
also happy to teach for everything. Okay, I'll do one thing. Okay, not only this time. If I teach any new topic or anything, I'll take a weekend sessions. Okay, it's a completely free. Even you don't want to pay anything. Okay, even
sure,
not only
sure.
this. Even I'm planning for Helm charts. This is also a very big chapter again. And again Argo CD. Okay, it's if you go like this now, it's Istio. It will be go for months and months and months. It's year of like as 1 year course. Okay, fine. That you guys can be like a span up like your skills actually. Okay, try to that like fine. I'll try to even need to people are this is the only even I given like more than 15 hours 16 hours for Kubernetes, still the people are looking something more. Okay, fine, no problem, because people, even if I'm place of your mindset also, I'll be same. Anyways, I'll try to give my maximum, guys. Okay, no worries. Even I'll give the helm charts also, basic helm charts also I'll give for you guys. No worries. I'll try, but not now. I'll take one weekend sessions. That when I'll take weekend sessions, I need to prepare this till price I'm working on these two tools right now. Then only I know this, or else I don't know this also. Previously, last 9 months I'm working on this. Fine. The next what we do, let's, this is not now actually, don't think about, sorry, will teach this also. If I teach this helm chart minimum take like as 10 to 15 hours again. Argo city like minimum 4 5 hours. Okay, all those will take a lot of time again, like one more month. Fine, that I can't that much, like I'll take a one weekend session, I'll cover both at a time. Okay, like this at least one weekend and integrate this something, we'll see. Fine. The next what we do, this is 7, that's 7, right? Now let's ingress like what I mean, this load balancer, right? Node port and load balancer type. This load balancer type kubeadm won't be work, guys. Kubeadm won't work by default. Load balancer type, it won't work. For this, what we are going to do, we are going to use for EKS cluster to make it this happening, like how this load balancer type will work. Load balancer type will work. That's what I'm going to show you. And then another concept called as ingress. These two I'm going to cover for this. Using, if for ingress we need a load balancer. For ingress we need a load balancer. For that, what we are going to do, I'm going to create the EKS cluster from AWS, and it's a chargeable, guys. Okay, be careful. That's the reason I got a 13,000 last month for charges. And means that I create multiple clusters because some internet issue, the session is over, and then I close the system. I create multiple clusters. That's the reason I got. Even I'll show you. And be careful, huh? Don't don't play much on this. Just create and then sit for 4 hours, 5 hours, and work whatever you want. Okay, then close that, this one. This month also I got 5,000 rupees. The hell it is. Why? Kubernetes service. Still it's going on. This is the EC2, and this is for Kubernetes one. The charges, elastic load balance also it's happening for 3538 and road $53.73. Something is all those right there. Okay. And if you go for bills, and if you go for December bill, if you can see $182 means nearly 13,000. For this EKS only it's happening for $73. Load balance is $70, and then this one. Okay, be careful now while playing with this. But if you go for real time, right, all the people are using either AKS, other either EKS. EKS means AWS, Elastic Cloud Services, Kubernetes services, not cloud services. Let me show you. EKS Elastic Kubernetes services. And if it is a AKS means like as Azure Kubernetes services again, okay, and GKE, Google Cloud Kubernetes engine. Okay, like every cloud, if you go, they have their Kubernetes environment, their environment. Clear, guys? Now it has their own, and you don't need to do anything. You don't need to manage, you don't need to install anything like API server, and then scheduler, blah 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 things, all those you don't need to do. Just simple single command it can create for us. Okay, I'll do that also. I'll show you in case how to create a Kubernetes cluster with the single command. That's what our agenda for today's session. We'll show you. You can practice very easily. Okay, and be careful. This is what I'm gonna show you, this EKS. That's the reason I'm discuss the kubeidium. The hell, my account got suspended. The last 4 months, if I wouldn't pay the bill, then these guys will deactivate your account. Pay the bill like 13,000, 7,000. How we can pay the bill, man, for them? Should I do now? Okay, uh, fine. I'll take it critically for about this thing, guys. And tomorrow we'll do, not tomorrow, Monday class we'll do the practical. And Monday class I'll take for 7 to 9, guys. 7 to 9, because it's needed that much time. All the setup and this Kubernetes cluster itself taking a time. Like as this, my account got suspended. Due to this, I'll moving on that. And how we are gonna do this? Let me show you. Kubernetes and this is EKS is the tool. EKS, no, EKS CTL, like same kind of Kubernetes CTL is there, right? kubectl. The same way, EKS CTL also the official CLI of Amazon EKS. It especially for Amazon EKS, not for AKS and not GKE. It's especially for what? It's only for EKS. It's only for EKS. And this wave network guys are implemented this wave works guys. Okay, this is a tool, and it's officially announced by the Amazon. And this tool we can create for in a Kubernetes cluster. Okay, they are acquired, like they mention this. It's a open source tool. Okay, you don't need to pay anything. Just simple this command single EKS create cluster. That's it. But it will create large instances. Okay, when you execute this command, be careful, huh? Never ever execute this. Don't execute this command. By default it will create a two m5 large instances, two m5 large instances that will be created on a US West 2 region, and a dedicated VPC or everything will be created. Understand, right? Don't do execute this. I'll teach you how to do this. Okay, this is the one we are going to create our cluster or YAML file, our own cluster, and we specify the which region. We can get the node group, and we can specify the which kind of instance we need to be add here. See, this guys is 10 and desired capacity 2 we mention. That much we don't want. What we do, we can do for one for that I mentioned the document here. If you want to can do simply as a command line, we can do this, like as two micro instances. This is two nodes is enough. That's why we can do, or else we can do this same. We can create a just simply one cluster here, and with the T2 micro instances, T2 small instances is enough. that's anything is fine. Then this is for our replica set and the load balancer type, all those. Then this is the ingress concept. This is again this ingress we need to understand. Ingress we need to install on it actually. Okay, this ingress we need to do. I need to create a new AWS account first. And the next what we need to after this we need to create a domain for in namecheap.com. And for that I didn't mention this. I mentioned that you can refer this document, create a domain and all. This let's encrypt one, how to provisioning a SSL. SL means like as you can create for HTTPS access. Somewhere I mentioned that now. See this freenom.com, right? We need to go this and all. That's the reason. This is the document Road 53 hands-on on V2 document. Refer this in our course. The previously we I created, right, how to create this freenom.com, how to add into Road 53. As I discussed, right, when we are in the Docker session or Kubernetes session, like AWS session for Road 53 discussion. Is it done or not? Guys, the Road 53 custom domain, HTTPS integration, SSL creation. You guys have forgotten? Why man, no one is responding? Just a second, guys.
This
For whatever you like. It's okay. Okay. Like I'm going to, I won't tell first. If by practical, I'm showing all of this here. Okay. Domain mapping. Just like this is a domain I bought. That's the reason I can put access. Without port, you don't want without port. What you guys will do? You need to use the reverse proxy. The same thing we are done for. You guys see, if I access the view port address with my HTTP 80 port and then setup and then create a request. No, this that like load this CNAMEs for non-root domain. Non-root domain means what? The free now one I discussed on. This one. Now you guys remember this, guys? Clear now? Now you guys remember, huh? Like as how to create a domain, how to add this domain to our, instead of IP address, how to attach that. That's what. Fine. Anyways, that I'm gonna show you tomorrow again. Okay. Let's see. Not tomorrow. Tomorrow we have a Terraform session, guys. We'll discuss as usual the Terraform session and this EKS shit. Let me I'll share the interview questions for Kubernetes, guys. Okay, these Kubernetes questions are more onwards, like 47 plus few more questions here, but I'm not added into this list. But what guy shared with me in the interview, but I'm not sure like what he's remember correctly or not. Just is the questions. It's a many questions are there. Just prepare this also. Okay, I'll share this document too with your document section. You can refer that. Just prepare this weekend, and we'll discuss anyway next week. Okay, next okay, whole week I'll take the sessions, and even though if possible, the Terraform, if anything pending, I'll maximum will finish for tomorrow, this Saturday, and next Saturday. Maximum will finish. Okay. What is the Terraform we can have completed, man? It's a time wasting, right, today. Okay, anyways, today, tomorrow we'll discuss that. Even this cluster creation takes like a 45 minutes, guys. Discussion minimum 1.5 hour will take. It's a minimum needed, 2 hours minimum needed. Minimum 2 hours needed to entire this concept to complete. This is even I'm gonna conduct for weekend sessions for this session for 2 hours, 2.5 hours. So that's fine. It's 2 hours needed. I'll discuss on this is Monday. Monday we'll discuss the CKCTL, Kubernetes cluster creation, all this. And tomorrow we have a session for tomorrow. 7 a.m. to okay. 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. we have a session, guys. Be ready and then join for this Terraform session. Remaining Terraform session. And it will be complete actually. Maximum it will complete for I think so it won't be complete. Anyway, it won't complete actually. 4 hours, 6 hours, right? Yeah. We'll try to maximum all the topics we can cover tomorrow. Fine. And guys, okay. Anyway, today's session is nothing else about the practical. Just our plan I discussed today, and we'll meet on Monday, guys. Okay, Monday we'll discuss on this session, and even we'll plan for these sessions also. Maximum complete in 2 days these sessions if I prepare the documentation. Then 2 days Terraform I'll discuss for next week. The whole week is busy for next week. Fine. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow morning, Terraform class. Don't miss that tomorrow session. Okay. Bye, guys.